So many people are looking for answers and wanting to know about things that may have happened to them in their lives, in their past, wanting to understand things the way that they remembered it, having conversation with their family members and them saying that didn't happen or that's not how that happened. And so I'm here to encourage you to rewrite your own story. If your childhood, you remember things not being happy, not enjoying it, like the things that emotionally weigh down on you, that's etched into your mind, were things that were hurtful, rewrite it. Speak life into yourself. That way you don't have to argue with nobody about what happened to you, what didn't happen to you. You can literally rewrite it, rename it, and call it something that will make you feel better about yourself, help you to understand yourself more, help you to see yourself in a better light, help you to see other people in the light. Like literally this resolve that we're all like looking for in different aspects of our lives. There's never going to be someone that agrees with us, and if it is, it's going to be based on their level of perception. So let it go. Just let it go. Because when you have the power to change, you have the power to speak things into existence. You have a power to say that I am loved. I've always been loved. And it doesn't have to be by the person that you wanted love from, but you were loved. You were loved. You were cared for. And if you weren't cared for in the way that you wish you were cared for, that person probably cared for you as best they possibly could. Just let that go. Anything that is keeping you from being the best version of yourself is not worth knowing, is not worth entertaining, is not worth reciting, is not worth remembering or recalling. It's not worth it. Because at the end of each day, while you're sitting in that, while you're recalling that, while you're remembering that, while you're having conversations about it, what you want to see is getting further and further away because you're not reciting that. You're not recalling that. And some people will say, that's delusional. But what is it serving you? To talk about days when you remember having what people would call a struggle meal. I can remember eating cinnamon toast in the morning. Butter on some bread, on some toasted bread with some cinnamon and sugar. Some people would call that a struggle meal. I tell people I ate every morning. I ate breakfast. I had the option of eating breakfast, and if I didn't want to eat it, it was there for me to choose. Does it mean that there was like an abundance of food in the house? No. But I had options. I had a choice to eat or not to eat. Those are options. And so while we're sitting and having a moment of reflection, let the reflections that we're having allow us to grow and expand and to be more proud of who we are today than we've ever been. We no longer need validation for someone to validate a story, a memory, a thought, a reclamation of something. Like, we don't need that. We don't need it. And you can want someone to validate you. And that person can know that you want to be validated and choose not to validate you because they know you want it. So stop handing people the scissors to cut your cords. Stop handing people the knife to stab you. Stop handing people the words to hurt you. Stop handing people the thoughts and memories to trigger you. Because there are people who are actually addicted to being wounded. They have no identity beyond being wounded. How do I know that? At one point, I was the person. I would sit in my wounds because I felt like I deserved to sit in those. Until one day I decided this don't feel good. And complaining about it is not making me feel better. Seeing it from my version, trying to get somebody to validate what I'm feeling, trying to get someone to hear me and to understand things the way that I saw them, it wasn't helping me. It was keeping me wounded. It was keeping me sad, keeping me depressed, keeping me unhappy, keeping me angry, keeping me frustrated, keeping me enraged, keeping me triggered. I no longer I wanted to live in peace. And I knew that my only way to get peace was to cultivate peace within myself. I could not rely on someone to cultivate peace for me, because it wasn't their responsibility. And they didn't care for peace like I did. They cared for peace for themselves. And that doesn't make them a bad person. It just means that that's who they are. And sometimes you got to let people just be who they are. The same way they let you be who you are, whether it benefits them or not. Stop causing yourself to have to sit in spaces that you no longer fit in, that is choking you, that is suffocating you, that is keeping you from growing. Stop sitting in them spaces. It's no longer your address. You squatting somewhere you don't even belong. You don't belong there. Those memories, those are no longer your memories. You know why? Because you have better memories to replace them. Some people say, oh, but you can't forget the past. You can. And if you ask somebody about a situation that puts the blame on somebody else, they can forget the past. The past can be forgotten. It's a choice. And if you choose to hold on to it, it will choke the life out of you.